Club is an after-school group. So we get together basically when the students have the time. And so some students come in during spares, some come in at lunch, and then I try and go 2 days a week after school. Vex releases a new game at their year-end competition. So the World Championship is kind of their pinnacle.
Introducing the world's greatest 2 minutes in robotics. The 2017-2018 game, Vex Robotics competition, In the Zone. In the Zone is played on a 12-foot by 12-foot field by 2 alliances, one red and one blue, each made up of 2 teams. The object of the game is to attain a higher score than the opposing alliance by stacking cones on goals, by scoring mobile goals in zones, by having the highest stacks, and for parking robots.
So it's like a sporting event. You're in teams, there's a fair bit of strategy involved, and that drives what we do.
It's quite fun, it's stressful but fun. It's something new, it's very exciting to do something different like that, but it's very competitive. So if you're not very competitive, it's not very appealing, but if you are, it's quite entertaining and it's very enjoyable.
Nick, he has some programming courses in his schedule, so he does all of the programming for the robot, and the building of the robot is a shared process. Ideas coming from both of us, and I do all of the wire management and make sure nothing gets caught or cut. We saw how if we changed a whole bunch of things, we could get it to perform better. But instead of altering the robot, we decided to completely rebuild just from the base up. And we finished that robot that we took to Calgary in 2 weeks. Well, the robot that we first brought to Nate, we had been working on that one for like 3-4 months.
They finished the robot Friday night before the competition. So they worked on the weekend, they took it home, they were here till 7 o'clock at night working on the robot for those entire 2 weeks. And it was finished, so we were able to get in. We actually got in on an extra spot. They made 3 extra spots in the tournament. We got one of them, and we went down and won.
Winning the tournament in Calgary earned the team a spot at the Create Foundation US Open Robotics Championship, one of the largest robotics tournaments in the world. Now Nick and Bianca have to prepare their robot and fundraise just to make it to the tournament in Iowa from April 5th to 7th.
So we set up the GoFundMe and have been sharing that on social media. That's done very well. Then they went knocking on doors of businesses looking for sponsorships. And they are 2 very quiet individuals that would prefer not to talk and just build and drive the robot. And it's really kind of taking them out of their element a little bit, and they've done phenomenal with the fundraising.
Whenever we go around and talk to people, some of the first questions that come to mind is either, is it a battle bot or can it do their housework for them?
We've been working hard to try and fundraise and get as much money as we can to put towards the Iowa trip, so that way we'd have everything covered and not have to worry about any fees or anything over there, which gives us more time to focus on the robot. We've managed to fundraise all we need, and now any overflow goes towards getting new equipment for the robotics team.
Parkland School Division, where the world opens up.